Well, hi there.
Hi, everyone.
Woo! Howdy from, where am I? Northern California. In my one-room cabin, and so excited to have Emily journey across the country all this way to
visit.
And to plan and to have this fun time with you.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun.
We've been having a lot of fun, but it's also been super productive. You'll be happy to know. Emily, report in on our progress.
Well, we finalized the outline for Smolder Road, which is going to be awesome.
Blow your mind.
Yeah, it's going to be really great. And then we started on
number 7.
Yeah, we're doing a 7th.
And it's centering around Mrs. Luciano, the mom, who is an amazing 57-year-old hottie who has been a widow for 22 years.
Yeah.
And it's really time for that to end.
We couldn't end the series without finding love for her. So that's going to come out a little later. It's going to come out probably not for a while, but we're starting it now. We're starting the outline now and starting to percolate because there's a lot that we want to do with that book. Bring in.
Yeah, that's kind of our wrap-up book where we're gonna solve all the subplots that might still be hanging out there, and we're gonna show multiple points of view from the different characters that you've come to know and love.
Yeah, so we're going to get to see kind of back into Elizabeth's mind and back into kind of some of our favorites who we won't have seen for a couple books.
That's right.
So we're really excited about writing it. And doing outlining in person has been so much faster. And I mean, it was fun no matter what, but doing it together is like faster, more fun.
Yeah. And it's hilarious because we go on these rabbit trails sometimes and we're just like, and then what if a vampire shows up? And we just have a blast.
And we're like, yeah, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that.
But I just wanted to, we have some dates to share with you of when the new books are coming out. But before that, we want to show you our amazing giveaway that we're going to have today. Emily, want to hold up?
Yeah, I'll hold up. So you guys might have seen these. We did the matchbooks before, and we just loved them. So we're doing them again.
Matchbooks! They are
there's
so
6 of them.
Cute. See, both sides. They actually work if you want to put them in your bug-out bag and use them for survival. They would be helpful to you.
Yeah. I've got some in my Airstream.
But we just can't believe how adorable they are. Seriously. Yeah. And I like them because they're lightweight to mail.
Easy to mail.
As I'm in charge of the swag and the trips to the post office.
Yeah, we don't put the nomad in charge of mailing things.
I have to say that now I'm up close to see the challenges that Emily deals with, really living in an Airstream, truly on the road. Just simple things like laundry, like mailing stuff is an actual real challenge.
Yeah.
And so part of that is we're doing it too. We just purchased a travel trailer and we don't quite have it in possession yet, but we're so excited because we're going to be doing the road as well. Getting by.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So we are getting acquainted with laundromats, though. That's part of the lifestyle, just in case you glamorize.
Yeah, don't blame. Yeah, yeah. My jeans got stolen the other day.
That's just sad.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Well,
what's sad is that someone didn't have jeans and needed to steal them out of my washing machine.
What's sad is that somebody was skinny enough to fit into your jeans. That's what's sad. Okay.
So to enter the giveaway, what we want to know is what sparked your interest in the Scorch series.
Sparked your interest because these are matches.
Yeah,
and it's hot.
Yes. So we love puns.
Yeah, and it's open for 24 hours after we post this video. So in the comments at any time, right now during the video or after, whatever, what sparked your interest in the Scorch series? If you haven't seen the Scorch series, this is perfect. We're going to be posting a link to sign up for our newsletter and get Scorch Road, the first one in the series, free. It's already got 70 amazing reviews, 4.8 stars on it. So check it out on Amazon. Our awesome Jamie is going to be posting a link for you in the comments to sign up, and you'll get that free. And you can check it out and see if it's your cup of tea or not. But we're really proud of these books.
We're really proud of these books.
Yeah. We've both done amazing work.
Yeah.
And we've done even more
amazing
work together.
Challenged the hell out of each other.
Yes, we have.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to bring up this so I can see your guys' comments. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're too far away from the screen to see what you're saying to us.
But I can see them now. Oh, whoops.
Oh, now she's hearing us talking.
Sorry about that.
Talking isn't good.
Okay.
So we have a little different format today. This is so great. This was an idea Emily had. You want to share it?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys watch the TV show Girls, but it's one of my favorites. And
Lena HBO.
Lena Dunham and her co-creator did a this or that question. And basically it's kind of a quick, fun way to talk about the series and talk about kind of what our interests are. And so I'll ask you first, and you guys will kind of get the format as we go.
Okay. So readers submitted these from our Toby and Emily friends group.
So you guys, so I think Jamie's probably going to post a link if anyone wants to join the Facebook group.
Yep.
We love
it's a closed group, but just ask to join, and we're happy to have you. We're thrilled to have you. Actually,
yeah.
And there's a lot of extra special stuff we do in there, and a lot of giveaways. So and that's where we got all these this or that questions, and they of course got to potentially earn a prize for submitting. So
regarding men's personalities, soft or hard?
You first, baby.
Medium? Can I choose medium?
You can choose medium.
I think I'd lean towards soft rather than hard, though, because I think I'm pretty hard.
I think you are, too. And I'll say, I pick hard.
You pick hard.
I have generally picked hard. I've picked hard for 30 years.
Right. You chose it.
I did, early on, and I stuck with my brand. Because I think I'm generally soft and warm and fuzzy, and but I'm also kind of manipulative. I mean, and so I need someone who's going to like put their foot down and say, no, it's going to be this way, and that has been a good fit for me.
Yeah, and putting foot down around me doesn't go well for anyone involved. I mean, it doesn't go well for me, it doesn't go well for them, it just turns into something pretty
You're from New York. We need to say no more.
Well, I'm from Philly.
Oh,
but I've lived in New York for the last 10 years.
That's true. So I get those confused. I've never been to either of them, just FYI. Don't know how I participated in the Scorch Series. I could not have done it without, because I've never been to either Philadelphia or New York. Yeah. And that is in my future, for sure.
Yes, you're coming to New York to visit, for sure.
Okay, my turn. Let's see. Training session with Nani or make the rounds with Avital? Okay, so just a quick background. Nani is in Smoke Road, and she is a multiple doctorate, kick-ass woman from Hawaii, and she boxes, and she has black belts in about 4 martial arts.
Her dad owned a dojo.
A dojo, and she trained from the age of 2. Yeah. So she basically kicks
ass
in all ways. And so working out with her would be quite challenging. Avital is also a super strong female character. She is a doctor, ER doctor, and tireless worker, completely dedicated. Yeah. And pretty up in your grill.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle either, for the record, but if I had to choose one, I think I would go with training with Nani, because I don't think I could handle the ER grossness.
I am with you. Yeah. I am with you, because I'm a physical person, but I'm actually a blood phobe. So
blood is in our books.
I know, I write crime fiction, but I'm a fainter. Yeah. So it's documented as on my medical chart, and I see blood, and I'm just, And this was not good as a mom, because there was many an opportunity to feel queasy and nauseous when you're supposed to be helping your child.
Right, so, I can see how that would be a problem. But so we both choose Nani.
We're both ditching
And for the record, training with Nani would probably lead to blood. Yeah. I think either one of those, you're going to end up with blood involved, but I think less with Nani.
Yeah. And, no fainting, hopefully.
Okay, tech savvy like Dante or one with nature like JT?
So tell them about the guys.
So Dante is in Burnt Road, and that book
you haven't met him yet.
Is coming out April 4th.
April 4th.
And he is amazing. He is very tech savvy. He's autistic, and so he's a genius. He's a genius. He's really a savant. And he can do anything with computers. And then JT, who's in the first book, he is one with nature, is one way of putting it. He worked for the EPA.
Insanely capable.
Yeah, insanely capable. Farms, milks goats.
Takes out crowds with an AK.
Yeah, he's really. I love JT.
Me too.
So would you rather be tech savvy like Dante or one with nature like JT? Or are you?
For sure, JT.
Yeah.
So JT was my first love.
Your first Luciano.
My first Luciano. And he really is this sort of quintessentially incredibly capable person with a soft heart of gold. And yeah, and I he's a prepper and I'm a prepper, and that's why the interest in this series.
Yeah.
So for sure JT for me.
Yeah. And I think I think I'm kind of a combo, but I'm not.
You are more tech than me.
I am more tech than you, and that's because I am extremely dyslexic, and so one of the things they taught me was how to use a computer very young, so that I wouldn't have to try and write, which was very difficult for me. And so, so computers are my friend, and have helped me a lot in my life. But at the same time, I love to hike, and I live on an airstream, so I can like explore nature basically.
Yeah.
So if I have to choose one, I'm going to go one with nature like JT. But I don't want to ignore how much computers have improved my life. I mean, look at where we are right now. We're talking to people alive online.
I know. All over the world.
Yeah.
It's so great. This is
Liko.
Liko means little bud in Hawaiian, and he's come over from Hawaii, and he gets all excited when we make these videos because I'm using the happy voice. The happy voice means good things are happening. Okay, so is it your turn?
I just did that one, so your turn.
Okay. Are we doing this pile?
Yeah, that pile.
This pile? Okay. Let's see here. Vampires or werewolves?
I saw this one earlier, and I was like, do they mean as like a friend or as like a battler? Like who you're going to battle?
Or how about in the bedroom?
Well, like, obvious, yeah, okay, so let's go with that one. You sicko.
No, I'm middle-aged. I'm entitled. Okay, so this actually, you
put a lot of thought into this. Look at your face.
I have an inner conflict about this because I'm not actually a fan of paranormal per se. I love her Kiss series. So if you haven't heard of it, she writes a whole sort of apocalyptic.
It's apocalyptic.
And she freaking has everything in there. There's vampires, there's
zombies,
there's zombies. She just the kitchen sink
Yeah.
at the whole thing.
I like them all.
And I loved her series. And then the other series that kind of spurred my interest in, reaching out to Emily and getting this started was she told me to read the Black Dagger Brotherhood.
Which we've mentioned in the group a number of times.
And I was like, it's vampire lit. I'm not into vampire lit. And she's like, oh, you'll be into this. And I was.
Yeah.
And what it had that was so captivating to me was these brothers, and this stronghold that they had, and then these incredible interrelationships with them and the community and all of this. And that's what I really feel like we have captured for the Scorch series. It's sort of non-vampire, but the parts that we liked about that. So for me, I guess it has to go with the vampires because I haven't spent too much time with werewolves.
Right. And I think for me, in the bedroom, I'm going to go, God, it's a tough one because both of them could just kill you, which is not particularly sexy, but also kind of is somehow. The potential. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going to go with vampires too because werewolves I think is too dog.
Hairy.
Okay,
just in a word, hairy. All right.
I'm going to go with vampire. Although vampire is dead. Just hairy or dead is what.
Gross.
Yeah, sorry.
But that's what we like about Black Dagger. They're not dead.
They're not dead.
They're a subspecies that's still alive.
And for the record, in my Kiss series, I do have dead vampires having really sexy times.
Yeah.
So clearly, I don't hate it.
I know. So this is that's a bit of a. We will probably be giving away some. Well, potentially.
Yeah, the last one I think we're gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna give away some of our other romance lines as launch bonuses, so you can keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for launch bonuses.
You may get a Kiss book as a launch bonus.
So kick butt female lead, Xena or Buffy?
Oh, you answer first.
Buffy. Buffy is one of my all-time favorites. I watched that whole series. I binge watched it.
Anything Joss Whedon does, it's like I bow.
Yeah, when I was pregnant, I think, and I was watching a lot of TV when I was pregnant because I was so tired, and I watched the entire Buffy, and I think that got into Juniper because she's totally a Buffy. You know her. She's like kick-ass.
A charger, that little girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I like the kind of the world of Xena better than the world of Buffy, but I like the character of Buffy and the premise of the series, so I have to go with that.
And her character transformation.
Yeah,
how she goes from kind
exactly.
of this very
milquetoasty kind of.
Well, just like all her priorities are wrong.
Yeah.
She's like just cares about how she looks and about her standing in high school, and then she's kind of dealing with life or death, and it's all so obvious how petty that was.
Yeah.
And her character growth is so great.
So I just want to say something about that, in case you haven't noticed in our Scorch books and also in our other book lines. We're all about the character arc of the journey. Yeah. And one of the things that was a strength about plotting the books ahead of time was that we got to sit down and figure out the flaw of the character. And we were just talking about Anna Luciano yesterday. What is her flaw? We know she's temperamental and she's this and she's that, she's opinionated, but what is her flaw that must be resolved by the end of the book? Yeah. And that's where when you're upfront talking about that and you have it so clear in your mind, if you read our books, you'll be able to see the flaw that begins at the beginning of the book and is resolved, or at least better.
Yeah, or at least, they've opened their hearts or something. Yeah, so there's
something has happened. Growth has happened.
Growth has happened, yes.
And the best stories, I think, are always about that. A hero's journey of inner growth.
And one of the things that's interesting about co-authoring, we were just saying this to each other yesterday, is it helps you grow as a writer because you suddenly have to clarify all these things that you've been doing kind of naturally. Yeah. And suddenly you have to have a conversation, well, I want to do it this way. Well, why do you want to do it that way?
And we don't even know sometimes.
Yeah. Like, you don't, I mean, because there's a magical element to writing where the story is kind of coming from some other place.
Yeah.
And so, and we both trust in that. And so we can be like, well, that's what my story is telling me this is what it should do. And we'll both listen to that from each other. But it is incredibly revealing to have to express, like, why do you want to do this to the character? And it kind of helps cement it in a way that I've never had to do in my own work. Because no one's ever questioned my first drafts before. And so I think it's really...
I don't think either of us have shown anybody our first drafts.
No. No, that's a big trust. That was a big trust.
It's a big trust.
Yeah.
The whole journey of co-authoring has been a walk of trust and increasing intimacy and sharing and trusting each other's intuition, knowing each other, giving space to not, and grace, space and grace. I think I have more trouble with that than Emily. She's more flexible, and I say,
I live on an airstream.
I'm older, and I'm a little bit more rigid, and so I get a little more reactive at times, and I think that as we have grown through this, it has worked on our character flaws too.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We've had to do a lot of work on ourselves. I mean, it's such...
Oh, my Lanta.
It's such a... as we've said this a million times, that it's such a more intimate and challenging relationship than we expected it to be. But that also makes it more gratifying.
Yeah.
But we've joked a million times that if we'd known what it was going to be, we wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Of course, we're happy we did. But we definitely...
Yeah. And we have to mention our husbands at this point because we gave Jamie pictures of them to post in the comments. They are both incredible men, and they've been incredibly supportive, and they've held our hands through the ups and downs of this journey with each other. I'm sure they've heard it all when we were PMSing on whatever was going on with the first book, Apocalypse Road, which is now Scorch Road. It's of course such a great book now, but it was so bad. I just know I was like, I've regressed back to kindergarten, and it's like starting over.
Some of the worst writing
this
I've ever
happened. And then I was also saying to Emily that if we had been like normal people, and just said, let's try co-authoring, let's do one book together and see how that is, we would never have got past that first book because it was just so difficult. And then but because we're both, I would say, more determined than the average bear.
Yeah, more determined than the average bear. I feel like determined is a nice way of putting it.
And we bite off big chunks that we can hardly chew.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the time.
Yeah, basically that's definitely our MO.
So we had a commitment to a 6-book series. And not like your average Joe.
Yeah, and also I think that there's a part of both of us that when we make a commitment to a 6-book series, we can't. I couldn't say, oh, well, let's just forget that plan.
We technically could have.
We could have, but neither of us, that's not our personalities to say that.
Yeah. Okay, so we still have good stuff.
All right.
Grab something.
They're stuck together, sorry. Ooh, pirates or superheroes? I'm assuming this is also an in the bedroom question, not just a random, like, would you rather be attacked by or
would you rather be attacked by?
It's also a bedroom question in its own way.
Yeah.
Pirates or superheroes?
Okay, pirates is... I've always had a thing for pirates. I love Jack Sparrow. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. I'm less crazed about superheroes, quite frankly, but, you know, Superman and Batman, I like his darkness. And his humanity. So for me, I think it would be pirates because I love their twistiness and the possibility of redemption and the fact that they're just human.
I don't think you thought about the smell.
Ew. Okay, well, I wasn't talking about the bedroom. I was just talking about characters. Like you were thinking about the bedroom.
Yeah, I thought that was established.
Okay, well, then it's whoever takes a shower.
Whoever showers first. In terms of writing about them, I would say it's interesting because Jennifer Harlow did a great superheroes novella for my Kindle World, which I loved, and I had never been super into superheroes until I started reading her work. And I love her superhero books. And so that would actually make me go superheroes just because I really enjoyed reading what she's done in her series with them. And she makes them dark. Like
dark superheroes,
which are like Batman.
Darker than Deadpool.
I don't know that one.
Oh my God, you haven't seen Deadpool?
No.
She hasn't seen Deadpool, everybody.
Okay.
That's just wrong.
If I had service where I'm living right now, I would watch it when I got home.
It's very sad.
Okay.
You gotta get it.
Okay.
It's a hilarious spoof on superhero, but I actually plan to do a pirate subplot in one of my Hawaii books.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
For sure. I've already, it's like in my, mill. So I'm interested in pirates.
Yeah. All right.
Except for the hygiene. Okay, so we did rounds with Avital. Let's see here. Which one is this? Coffee black or with cream? I'm actually a tea drinker.
I like coffee with cream and Kahlua.
Okay, my tea has a little Kahlua too.
We're just a little
We're a little nervous.
Yeah, a little
okay.
nervous.
All right, your turn. Pick one.
Let's see.
My mug went dark.
Oh, here we go. I love this question. Haiku poem from Luca or home cooked meal with Mrs. Luciano?
Oh, you have to answer that first.
That's such a hard one. Well, first, a little background. So Luca is in the third book, Smoke Road, and he is ex-Special Forces, kind of a big, brilliant, but dumb lug. And he writes haiku poetry. He's very emotionally repressed.
Yes.
In the beginning.
But he's a big, marshmallow waiting to happen.
Yeah, and Nani, who's brilliant and a black belt, and she really kicks his ass. And but he writes haiku poetry, and as we mentioned, Mrs. Luciano.
And she did all the haiku poetry. I just want to say I did not do one single one of those. So if you enjoyed them,
that was
kudos to Emily.
I grew up in a house where there were haiku poem books around, so I actually I was at my parents' house when I was writing it, so I pulled some of those out and was reading about them. And a home cooked meal with Mrs. Luciano, she's an incredible chef, makes amazing Italian food, and so I think I'm going to go with the home-cooked meal of Mrs. Luciano.
Yeah, poems are a dime a dozen, really. I can make my own. But that food, are you kidding me? I'm not a cook.
Yeah.
Right now, there's an awesome late crime cookbook project.
This is very exciting.
Totally fan-generated. Fans asking for it. All these Hawaii recipes, and then an awesome fan putting it together. And I'm writing a novella.
I think Erin is actually watching. It's Erin doing it, right?
Yes, Erin Finnegan, amazing person, and she's pulling all that together. And I was right up front. I am really bad in the kitchen. Both of our husbands, I think, are better cooks. My husband's a better cook. He cooks for.
My husband is an amazing cook,
and I can do a decent, basic meal. I raised 2 children and they're grown now, so I fed them during that time.
They survived.
But Mrs. Luciano's homemade ravioli or something, I can just almost taste it.
Or gnocchi.
Oh, I'm not sure what that is.
Gnocchi? It's like it's either made out of ricotta or potato. It's the little tiny.
Oh yeah. Okay, those are my favorite. I like Oh, but I love a fresh pasta, like a homemade fresh pasta.
When Sean and I lived on our boat, we made a lot of fresh pasta, which was hysterical because our kitchen was like the size of this couch. But that's why we enjoyed it so much, I think, because the ridiculous factor, like we'd be rolling out these giant things of dough and we'd have to lace them up the steps into the living room. And we'd invite our friends over, there'd be like 4 of us in this tiny little kitchen making fresh pasta.
Well, now you can do that in the Airstream.
Yeah, I would not put that much flour all over my Airstream. The boat was a different animal. It's much more of a rough rider.
So where are we at with our time?
I think so I've been keeping track, and we are at 10:26. So we're going to 26 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Should we do one more and then we'll go?
Oh, let's do one more. Okay. Let's make it a good one.
Here, this one's good. Oops. Stargazing with JT in a potato field or with Dolph rock climbing?
Oh, we haven't talked about Dolph.
I know, I love Dolph.
Dolph is so awesome.
Yeah.
I was speculating. We were speculating why people don't talk about Dolph as much. I think it's because he's so into Avital that it's hard for our readers to insert their minds into potentially admiring him, like as what growling at. So anyway, I love Dolph. Yeah. I think he is.
So you would go rock climbing?
I would. I'm terrified of it, but I would go. Strap me in, baby. If I can follow you up the mountain, I'll go.
And all right. I think I would also choose rock climbing with Dolph. Because I think rock climbing is fun. I haven't done it in a long time, but it is a blast.
See, you would do. I'm like. I would say I would do it. I've done one of those things at an amusement park where you climb up the little rubber things and you have a strap on there. Yeah. And I was so proud of myself.
Well,
I made it to the top, but that's at the extent of my rock climbing.
Well, I've only rock climbed indoors, and then I've done obviously a lot of hiking. But Sean, on our trip so far, we've seen a lot of great rock climbing. And so if we were 10 years younger and didn't have a toddler, we would totally be getting into that right now. But so basically, we're raising Juno to be a great rock climber.
She's a climber, period. She is. Just a climber. So active, so
but yes, I think we both choose Dolph rock climbing. And that's not to say we wouldn't love to spend time in a potato field with JT.
I would. As long as other things were going on as well.
I'm happy for just a platonic relationship.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Yeah, well, it's all about the imagination.
Yeah, that's true.
So
okay, so should we reiterate the... One more time. The giveaway, which is open for another 24 hours for the matches. What sparked your interest in the Scorch series?
Sparked your interest.
And if you haven't gotten into it yet, that's fine. You can tell us about how this video sparked your interest in the story.
And we're going to have a link in the comments and also attached to the video that you can sign up for our newsletter and get the first book in the series free. Mm-hmm. And then I just have a couple of dates to run by you to keep your eye out. April 4th, Burnt Road comes out. So
that's Dante.
That's Dante and Melody, the amazing best friend of Elizabeth.
Yes.
And their journey from LA in a very different world. One of the things we try to do is make every single book really different. And the journey and the characters and everything's super fresh. And you'll find that a super fresh book.
Yeah.
May 9th is Flame Road. This is Cash and Jolene. You're going to love them. And I actually love this cover so much.
I love it so much.
Look at how they're just like snuggling against each other. And that is this couple. They are
snuggle bugs.
And what's really cool you're going to see is Cash. They're both people helpers. Cash is a firefighter and she's a school teacher. And they are much more sort of average Joe kind of characters.
Yeah, they don't have multiple degrees.
They don't have
black belts. Well, not he has black belts, but
crazy over the top characters like the rest of them. They're much more approachable, I think. And we're in their book right now and just loving it.
Yeah.
And they make a journey to true greatness that we have potential for them. That's like
they're one of the reasons we needed the 7th book.
Yeah, they're one of the reasons we needed the 7th book. So that's coming out May 9th, and it just the link just went live a few days ago. And then Smolder Road is coming out in June, but we're not doing a pre-sale on it, I don't think.
Yeah.
At this point, we're going to drop it when it's done, and it's going to blow your minds.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And that's going to be Roan and Lucy, who, if you've been reading, we've been talking about Roan and Lucy from book 1.
Yeah.
So they're going to get their own story.
Yeah, we're excited for that.
And then Ember Road, which is the sort of 7th wrap-up book, is going to come out around Christmas time as just kind of a neat bonus. And that's going to be Mrs. Luciano's story and a lot of point of views of different characters.
Yeah.
So those are some dates for you.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Oops. Okay. All right.